What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Well, in today's video, we are going over mana, and we are going to be talking about identifying when the next big move to the upside is going to be, if it's going to be setting a new all-time high, my expectations, anticipations, and more. So what we see from mana as of recently is that we came back down to a key level of support. Now this key level of support is our 2 to 3 week resistance and support channel, of course. So we've been kind of operating in here quite a lot, setting some highs, setting some lows, and just bouncing in between these tops and the bottoms to continue working our way up to setting new highs. Well, what's beautiful is that we came right back down to the same exact area off this high that we put in a few days ago and put in a low right on our support channel before looking to make that continuation to the top side. Now what we can see is that this was confirmed by the breaking of trend. So of course we had on this 4-hour trend, we had 2 days straight of being stuck below this resistance level, but then we saw this breakout here over the last couple hours. And so what that means for us now is we need to be trying to identify, now that the downtrend is broken and it seems as if support has been established, when do we know that the next move to all-time highs are coming, or if we are going to see some type of bounce before continuation to the downside. So what I've been paying the most attention to on the mana charts has been the 0.786 Fibonacci level. Now the way in which you find this is real simple. You go to your Fibonacci's and the first click you make is going to be at the high in which you set. You're going to then drag it all the way down to whatever low is set. So this is the high, this is the low. When you do that, it draws out your Fibonacci's. Now if you want my settings, just really quickly, these are what my settings look like. Okay. Now what you can see is that this is our 786 to 618 level, this green box. So what I've noticed happens with this green box is that usually once we break through it, that's a sign that we're going to our new all-time high, to the top of our support and resistance channel. To kind of show this, I've drawn out all of the 786 levels that we've seen over the last 4 moves. What you can see is we put in this high, we put in this low, and this was our Fibonacci 618 to 786 level. Once we broke I call it the door. Once we got through the door, that was a sign we were going to set a new all-time high before coming back to back test that same exact area before then continuing upwards. From this high to this low. Once we broke through the door, boom, we went set the new all-time high before coming back down to back test the same area. Again, we set this high, we set this low. Once we got through the door, boom, we went all the way up to now come back down and back test this area. So as you can see, it's a pretty clear as day pattern, right? And so what we can go ahead and say is that likelihood is, if the point comes in which we do break through, let's go ahead and get our 786 level drawn here. Right, boom, there we go. And let's make it a green line because it's looking pretty good today with this break of trend. We can see that we're going to go ahead and give it the level of, there we go, $5.57. So what I would personally be doing right now, okay, if I was going to be buying, is I wouldn't be putting any crazy amounts of cash in. Now, the reason that I say that is it's been quite a while since we did see a pullback of this nature. We're in a good uptrend right now, and that's always amazing, and that's always fantastic. But typically speaking, when you're in ascending wedge like this, you'll break to the downside eventually. And I would much rather start a larger position on the breakout to the downside. That looks like some type of 30-40% correction that will eventually come. But that doesn't mean that we can't get some short and midterm plays going on in here. So let's talk about what some of those would look like and how I would be going about it. Well, if I just want to stay as conservative as I possibly can and only really buy when I know it's going to be going up, I'd be waiting for 557. The moment in which we've cleared the door in the past, right? We've come up to it multiple times, unable to clear it, unable to clear it. But that moment that we clear it is a sign that we're working our way back up. Look here. We cleared it, we came back down, we went back up. Even back here, we got up to it, unable to clear it. Up to it, unable to clear it. Boom, once we got through it, we're gone, okay? So what that tells me is that there is a strong likelihood, based off of the historical data, especially from over the month, that if we break through the 557, that even if we retrace, we'll likely continue back up to set a new all-time high. So if you're looking for a conservative, easy play, I would be looking for 557 to get cleared, and that could be a fantastic entry. And from there, your whole goal is to see the interaction towards the top of our trend line, right? So you could be looking at some type of growth upwards of around, who knows, right? From 557, maybe another 17, 18, 19, 20%. Now, if you are trying to short term this, if you don't want to wait till 557 because the price is at 478 right now, and maybe you don't want to sit out on 16 plus percent possible gains, you're gonna have to zoom this thing down all the way to the hourly charts just to kind of see what all is going on. And what I see going on at the moment is a rejection off of a key level of resistance sitting at $4.91. What it looks like to me at the moment is that we're trying to put in some type of possible inverse head and shoulders. So what I would say is there is a strong likelihood that if we're able to get over this level of resistance that was previously support back here, as you can see, then there's a strong chance that on an hourly, especially a 4-hour close, if we can get above 491, that we're looking good for continuation to the upside of possibly up to 556. Now, this is more risky because you do serve the chance of seeing some rejection of this nature continued back down. You know, a rejection here turns this door into a big wall, of course. So we could run into a wall here, and that could be a more risky buy than waiting for the 556 to 557 level being cleared. But it's definitely an option because when you break resistance, that's always usually a good sign that the short-term selling pressure at that level has decreased, and that could be a fantastic time to work your way in. So overall, in the short term, look for the clearing of 491 first. If we clear 491 first and we hold it on the hourly charts, that's a fantastic sign that we're continuing upwards. If you don't want to take that risk because we have been in this ascending wedge for so long, be looking for 557 to get cleared and be looking to see, do we interact with some of these levels up towards 623, possibly up towards 650. I think this little region right here would be where we would land, okay? Now, even if we just wanted to joke, right? Even if we just wanted to see like, okay, what does it look like in the past? Let's go ahead, and what we're just gonna do is let's keep it simple. Let's take a bar pattern, and we're gonna go from the last time, you know, or the second to last time that we touched down here. And we're just gonna drag it to the next time we interacted with the top of our channel. And what we can do is we can just drag it. Let's just drag it over just to kind of see what happened. And we're going to apply that bottom, that touch of support to where we are now. Well, it's interesting to see how all of these levels just tend to line up with each other, and movement is so calculated in technical analysis. Look at how right here, we work our way up. If this was exactly what would happen, this is not exactly what's going to happen, but just the idea that this is within the realm of possibility, because again, this has happened before. So we can see that the price in history works itself up. It would go up towards the 786, rebound to this exact level that we are talking about right now, the $4.91. That is the exact level that the price in history is rebounded to before continuing upwards to go put in a new high. Now, this was no random high. If we go ahead and draw Fibonacci and apply history to the now, you would see that it would work out to be a perfect execution to a 1.618 Fibonacci extension before eventually working its way back down, just by accident, right to our key area of support. So this isn't saying that this is exactly how it's going to play out and to be banking that it's going to look like this, but more to say that based off of history and of course the data of history, we can see that it's very possible. And the first step again comes down from the clearing of 491, and the biggest step comes from the clearing of 557. So definitely keep a very, very, very close eye on how we interact with these two levels. And if you're looking to get in, I definitely would not be doing any buying until these levels get cleared. That's not a very justifiable buy to be buying while we're in the apex of what could be a bear pennant. Okay, we could continue to the downside. So overall, what I'd be saying is, again, look for 492 and 557. Now, of course, this is not the only trading, and this is not the only crypto and everything that we're doing buys on. Of course, we do many more in the Patreon, but I did actually want to, introduce a sponsor of the channel, another platform that I've been working with a lot recently that has a lot of potential that I think you guys could benefit from. So I wanted to just share them with you as they do provide a lot of tools. And again, they are a sponsor of the channel here. So what we're going to be looking at is PrimeXBT. Now, they are honestly phenomenal. They have a lot going on for them. They're an award-winning platform that allows you to trade global finance markets using Bitcoin, Tether, USDC, and more. Now, not only that, though, there's actually loads that goes into it. So they have long and short trading, which is interesting. So if you're trying to, short something that you think is going to fall, they have that option. Bitcoin leverage, crypto price charts, Forex. You can trade commodities. You can trade stocks. I mean, they have so much that they offer. And on top of all of the different areas in which you can trade on, you can actually go ahead and work on this copy leading traders with co-vesting copy trading module. Now what this means is you can go look at some of the top traders on the platform to look at their track record, see if they're good traders, and you can actually automatically copy what they do based off of the experience decisions that they make. Or if you're an experienced trader yourself, you can actually create your own copy trading module to earn up to 20% of all profits earned for your followers. Now, on top of all of that, if you just want to be a little bit more passive, they also offer the ability to stake your cryptos. And you guys know that we're big on earning passive income, especially in a volatile market. So overall, they have a lot going on for them. They have some fantastic trading volume, hundreds of millions of dollars of trading volume, so much liquidity, so much volume, and I think that there is a lot of potential here. So if you do use the link down in the description below and you start trading, you'll actually get 25% off all of your fees. And if you're a trader, you know that gets a little bit, it accumulates fast. So if you can get a discount on fees, that's definitely a good way to go. And I definitely recommend going and check out our sponsor sponsor of the day again, PrimeXBT. But overall, guys, you know, the market's looking fantastic. Recovery's looking good. We talked about this fall, and we said that the Bitcoin futures closeout definitely could cause a bit of a pullback, and it seems like that's exactly what we saw. So overall, do stay wary. Don't ape in right now. I definitely would say that being a little bit more cautious makes a lot more sense. But once we start to get confirmations from clearing key levels, it definitely is justifiable to start some smaller / mid-sized positions. So overall, I will, of course, update you guys as time does go on. Again, remember, if the price does fall, just look for support at this bottom line here of the channel, and as long as we don't lose that, we're fine. And if we do lose that, I'll make a video ASAP. So with that being said, again, I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. If you did, you can let me know by smashing that like button and subscribing to the channel if you are new, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.